A general feeling of discomfort is a psychological and physiological reaction that occurs when a person is exposed to something that causes unease, confusion, or suggests a potential threat. In the case of trypophobia, the fear of irregular clusters of small holes, this discomfort isn't as explicit as ordinary fear, but rather a combination of minor reactions such as shivering, muscle tension, a desire to look away, or inexplicable itchiness. When viewing trypophobic images, some people feel a wave of discomfort spreading throughout the body, such as a chill down the spine, goosebumps, or a strong restlessness. Others describe it as a visual or emotional feeling that something is wrong, even if they can't articulate exactly why. Our brains tend to associate asymmetrical or repetitive patterns with signs of disease, poison, or danger, thereby activating ancient defense mechanisms. This discomfort doesn't need to rise to the level of extreme fear, but it's often strong enough to make people look away, close their eyes, or feel unwilling to continue viewing. It shows that even subtle reactions may have deep biological and psychological roots, helping humans avoid potentially harmful stimuli in their environment. Shivering or trembling is a natural bodily response to strong emotional stimulation, especially fear, disgust, or anxiety. This reaction stems from the sympathetic nervous system and often occurs instantly when the body detects a perceived threat, whether real or imagined. When encountering trypophobic images, clusters of small holes or irregular textures, many people feel a shiver, as if a cold electric current is running down their spine. This is often accompanied by light trembling in the hands, legs, or body, a defensive reflex. The body prepares itself to avoid or flee from a potential threat. This reaction is brief but noticeable, making it easy for viewers to recognize their discomfort. Interestingly, shivering isn't always negative. It can also occur when hearing moving music or experiencing powerful emotional moments. However, in the context of trypophobia, it signals a primal fear response and triggers survival instincts. Itching and skin scratching are physiological reactions that often occur when people are exposed to visually or emotionally uncomfortable images, especially in the case of trypophobia, the fear of clustered holes. Although the skin isn't physically affected, such images can provoke a phantom itching sensation, leading viewers to unconsciously scratch or rub parts of their body. This response originates in the brain's associations. Clustered holes or irregular patterns may resemble skin lesions, parasites, or infections, thus triggering a protective reflex. Even when there's no actual threat, the body reacts as if it's under attack by an external factor. Scratching is a natural reflex to help relieve the itch signals sent by the nervous system. However, when paired with visual discomfort, the urge to itch and scratch becomes a clear sign that the image has exceeded the viewer's psychological tolerance. This reflects the close relationship between emotion and physical reaction, even when the threat is purely visual. Sweating and goosebumps are two common physiological responses when the body experiences stress, fear, or intense emotional stimulation. In the case of trypophobia, when a person sees images of densely packed holes or irregular bumps, the body perceives a potential threat, even if it's only visual. The sympathetic nervous system instantly triggers the fight-or-flight response. As a result, sweat glands become active, producing cold sweat, especially on the palms, forehead, or back. At the same time, goosebumps, caused by contraction of small muscles around hair follicles, appear, as if the body is bracing for danger or shock. This is an innate reaction that helped our ancestors survive encounters with predators or toxins. Although modern threats may be visual only, the brain can still issue a false alarm, prompting a real physical reaction. The presence of sweating and goosebumps while viewing trypophobic images is strong evidence that such visuals tap into deeply rooted human survival instincts. Visual discomfort is the feeling of tension, unease, or imbalance when the eyes are exposed to disturbing or overstimulating imagery. In the case of trypophobia, this often arises when viewing clusters of holes, repetitive patterns, or irregular surface textures. Instead of being merely ugly or gross, trypophobic images confuse the eyes, which don't know where to focus, causing visual overload. Some viewers may experience eye strain, blurring, mild dizziness, or tension. This happens because the brain tries to interpret irregular patterns, but fails to process them in a familiar way, leading to fatigue and unease. Natural but asymmetrical patterns, like lotus pods, beehives, or damaged skin, can be particularly irritating because they resemble signs of disease or biological danger. Visual discomfort often leads to avoidance behavior, as viewers instinctively look away or refuse to engage with similar imagery in the future, forming a self-protective mechanism. Feelings of fear or disgust triggered by trypophobic images are natural and powerful brain responses to things perceived as unsafe or repulsive. Images like tightly packed holes, damaged skin textures, or irregular surfaces often cause people to flinch, cringe, or immediately look away. This fear isn't typically extreme panic, but manifests as cold tension, anxiety, or deep unease, as if something is seriously wrong or dangerous. Disgust, on the other hand, is often accompanied by a queasy stomach, loss of appetite, or an overwhelming urge to withdraw. The brain may link trypophobic imagery to disease, infection, parasites, bodily harm,